Well, friends, I'm out here and I thought I would share with you my zinnias, some of my zinnias I grew this year. So what I did to just make it a little easier on myself is I went ahead and took pictures of all the packets of seeds that I sowed this year. So I will go ahead and try to drop some names under here, under the video with some of the names of the varieties. I'm not going to pretend to know them all off the top of my head, but here is my stand of these gorgeous kind of purple magenta color with this yellow center, and they're just stunning. They're just gorgeous. My husband and I got these faux dragonflies to put around, and it's supposed to reduce your flies, and I will say it actually has worked. Like, we don't have as many flies around. And then the gonfrina. Anyway, let me show you this little patch here. How cute it is on like a border with those little white palms. I mean, it's so cute. And I've been harvesting off that for dried flowers as well. This bed is kind of not what I anticipated. It was, you know, all zinnias. It is all zinnias, but then these two volunteer tomatoes came up and I thought they would be a cherry tomato, and they are the sun golds, which I absolutely love. So I'm so glad I just like let them do their thing. But because of that, I sacrificed some flowers here. But let me go ahead and show you these zinnias. I mean, yeah, they're just, I can't even, there's no words. Anyway, they're a dark, let me get more of an open one. That's what they look like when they're not so open. Here's more of an open one there with the yellow center. So I have quite a few of those, and I have loved that, that dark kind of red color of these. And then this patch here is the ones that I had left from Floret. And again, I'll be trying to drop all the names of these for you, but this one has a lot of variegation as to what you get. And I am gonna try to let a few of these go to seed. I'm gonna let this one go to seed, I think, because it's just, to me, it's so pretty. And maybe that one, to try to have these for next year and actually collect the seeds. But they kind of are this really pretty, almost silvery pink, but then they can go, if you leave them a little longer, they go like a little bit more blush. So anyway, they're really pretty. Milo likes them too. Now I am harvesting a bunch of these tonight for the flower stand, and also for a special order I'm doing this weekend where the person wanted pastel colors. I think they're doing a shower of some kind, and I was like, well, these will work really well for that. So I'm gonna get in here and harvest these, but before I did tonight, I just wanted to share some with you. Look at this one. This one is a different, I think this was one of the Ben Ray's giant mixes that I did, because I have some here that are a little bit more random. Oh, there's like a little moth hanging out. That's the straw flower back there. And it's taller than the arbor that we made. Look at that. Look how tall that straw flower is. Now the hummingbirds absolutely love the straw flower and all of the nectar that the flowers have. It's pretty awesome to watch them feed. Okay, so more zinnias going this way. I think this was a mix packet, like I said, back in here. And I've got some different colors, but in this bed, this is my Vigo garden bed, my raised Vigo, elevated, I should say. And it's so great to have all this extra planting room. Now, these ones are a little bit smaller. I really like this variety. I'll find the pack on that. I think it's like a peppermint something. Look at that. It's got these little variegations and stripes. Again, some of these are a little long in the tooth that I wouldn't harvest like these ones tonight. Like these ones are too far gone. So, but it's been fun to see the different kinds that I grew. Here's another one I grew. I have a bigger patch of this. Also, it's funny that, you know, I do think in a smaller, more compact garden bed that they did remain smaller as they grew versus the ones that were in a larger bed. There's two orange ones back in here that are really pretty, and more of the peppermint stick kind of things. And this area, I mean, we can't even walk through here now. It's just all zinnias. It's just zinnia heaven over here. Isn't it gorgeous? I'm obsessed with zinnias, you guys. They're so good. We're gonna look at more zinnias, but real quick, look at this dianthus. So I planted this from seed this year. Again, I'll try to find the packet. for you, but I am just really impressed with this as well. It's doing really good in this garden bed. I'm really hoping it will either return for me or I maybe self-seed. Boy, it's starting to sprinkle out here. We've been having like thunderstorms and it's kind of damp out. And here's just another shot of a gomphrena and how I've used it to kind of make like a little mini hedge. It works really well for that. And so, yeah, this one's out in the border a little bit, but it's really pretty. All right, so let's take a look at these. Aren't they pretty? I believe these ones are called like a marzipan or something. Okay, I'm trying to remember. I really shouldn't even try. They're more of a smaller, you know, bloom, I would say, but they still are really rich in color, and they have that variegation on the actual flower itself, and it just draws your eye in, at least for me. So I really like these ones as well. And all of a sudden we've had some cooler days and the zinnias have just, or however you pronounce it, if you pronounce it, some people pronounce it zinnia, I think. So like this one, do I let that just go to seed? I might as well at this point. But I still want to get in here and harvest some. Look at this one. This one's been around a while too. Look at it, a little shabby. And behind there I have my stand of Celosia, which is also looking gorgeous tonight. I should have my microphone on, but I don't, darn it. Anyway, this is so pretty, and it is also going to seed. This is another one from Floret. And my tomato plant finally ripened. All the tomatoes came ripe, you guys, but they all came ripe the exact same day, but we had so many tomatoes. It is insane. We have like a bumper crop, but they all came ripe literally the same day. And then in here is bachelor button, which is also going to seed, which is probably not the best idea because it's probably going to self-seed itself pretty darn good, especially in this bed. So yeah, I don't know if maybe I should trim some of it back. I was thinking about making a wreath out of it. I have enough. I've done some wreath making, and then I dried some of it and it dried really pretty. So I was thinking about maybe making a wreath, but I don't know if I have time, to be honest. Okay, and then I will stop this tour on a couple of my limelights. It wasn't really intended to be a tour, but look at these. Oh gosh, it's so pretty. The Zinnias is still doing good, still blooming. I'm still harvesting on it probably once a week. And then the other hydrangeas have pinked up. So pretty. And then my asters are blooming. So these are an awesome filler right now because they kind of are big and bulky in a vase. And so I definitely need to cut some of these for bouquets. But they also have that beautiful purple flower. So if you can find flowers that go with purple, but everything kind of goes with purple, like orange, yellow, pinks. So anyway, this has been a good one. Now I wasn't expecting it to get this big. So it's kind of not in the right placement, but I do need to harvest some of this tonight. It's really pretty. These China Asters have been so great. You just cut and they just keep on coming. They're really awesome. I like the ones that are a little bit more full, like that one, instead of this one, but you get a little bit of both. But this one in particular is really pretty, so I might try to save some seed from that one. So you can see things like this. I might be able to save some seed. And then that's backed with the straw flower. And then I've got a lot of cosmos right now too. Now it's hard to harvest these, you know, before you need them. I think it's a little harder. You really have to take more, but I might try to harvest some of these cosmos tonight. But I might wait a day, like the day of I'm making that bouquet, instead of trying to hold them in a bucket.